What's up guys, Peter here from Reviews on Anything, and in this video we're having a look at some lifting straps, more specifically the Power Straps by Grip Power Pads in pink, as you can see. Now don't worry, they also come in black if pink is not your kind of thing, but these straps serve to improve your capability of holding on to heavy weights in heavy pulling exercises, deadlifts, pull downs and so on, by transferring a bit of the weight to the cuff around your wrist. Now, quick tour around the product. There's not really that much to see, but you have a nice thick neoprene wrist cuff with a not too broad, but also definitely not too narrow strip of Velcro on the top. It obviously loops around this buckle over here, nice thick steel shiny buckle. And then you have the strap itself, which as you can see has rubber on the outside and it's just a normal strap on the inside. Then there's some stitching inside to keep everything in place. There's a nice little Grip Power Pads lip that is placed very strategically so it doesn't get in the way. And that is all there is to see, really. Obviously, let's put this one to the side. When you fold it up, I suppose, or put it on, it sits like this. You have the cuff that goes around your wrist, which is nice and comfortable because of the neoprene. And then you use the strap that goes around the bar to secure you in place. Now, so far so good. This is another exactly the same product from Chic. Also a lifting strap. I like these a lot actually. But these have a cotton strap that goes around the bar that is just that, a cotton strap. Nothing more, nothing less. Which is great, I suppose, especially for the first few workouts, because it's nice and flexible and there's plenty of grip on it. But the problem is as you go along, and I don't know if you can see it on camera, but the cotton sort of flattens out by the pressure you put on it. Not only on the part that goes around the bar, but also on the outside, because obviously you're putting a lot of pressure on it with your hand. And that makes it slippery over time. So there's a limited usability in these, because they'll just wear out and you'll lose your grip on it. Not so much with these, because these have rubber on the outside. Now it's important to notice at this point that the rubber goes on the outside, so on the part that is actually in the palm of your hand. So the rubber does not go around the bar. There are straps of other brands and other versions that have rubber that go around the bar, because they claim that then obviously you're gripping the bar, and with the rubber around the bar it doesn't slip out of your hands, which is partly true. But the problem with that is that because the rubber is so grippy, when you put it on the bar, it's on the bar and you can't move it anymore. And with this kind of strap design, you want to put it around the bar and sort of throttle it into place, make it tighter and tighter and tighter until it's nice and locked. And you can't do that when the rubber is on the inside and around the bar, because once you put it on, it's on, and because it's so grippy, you can't twist it into place anymore. Not so with these. The rubber is on the outside, which is great, because the inside is slippery enough, between air quotes, that you can still twist it into place, but then you have the additional grip on the outside, so the part that is in the palm of your hand and around your fingers, to really grip on to the strap. So it is really the best of both worlds. You twist it around the bar, you can twist it into place nice and tight, exactly as you want it, and then you have the additional grip of the rubber on the outside and in your hands, so you don't slip off the strap itself. Because you can imagine when it's the other way around, even if you get it on tight enough and your fingers are on this part, which is, you know, more slippery than the rubber obviously, you will start to lose your grip eventually, and it'll slip out of your hands and therefore you'll lose your grip. But not with this, because it's nice and tight around the bar. You can grip on the rubber as long as you want. You can do it all day long and all will be well. So this is really, this is the way you want it. This is the way, for me at least, that works best. Now, putting it on obviously couldn't be easier. There's no side indicator, so you don't really need that actually as well, because they're, you know, the left and right one is uniform. You just undo it, put your hand around it, and put it into place. Now the neoprene does extend a bit, you can see it here, past the buckle. So sometimes when you put it on and you pull it tight, the neoprene, you can see it fold here a little bit. So you have to make sure that you sort of put your finger underneath, keep the neoprene in place, and then tighten it up so it doesn't curl up underneath. Once it's there though, it is super nice, super comfortable, thanks to the thick and broad neoprene. It sits really well on your wrist. It's not about being super tight on your wrist, it's about preventing the thing slipping over your hand. So you don't have to put it super tight, but it is nice to have a certain amount of tightness in there, just to make it sit very comfortably, because the weight gets transferred from the strap to here, and obviously you can imagine this pulls that way. So it's good to have it nice and tight so it doesn't move about too much. Then you have the strap in your hand. It's nice and long, so you can wrap it around the bar once or twice, whether you prefer that. And if you have a really thin bar, maybe like a pull down bar or whatever, you might even be able to get away with wrapping it around 3 times. But 2 times usually works, so you wrap it around, and you can see here that when you wrap it around the bar, the rubber sits nice on the inside of your hand, and you can grip on it and hold on to it nice and tight. That's really all there is to it. It's a simple tool, but very effective, and I like how they've thought it through and put the rubber on the outside and not on the inside. So you can actually, it's usable and it's functional in the way it should be. I like it a lot. These are great straps when you're doing heavy pulling exercises, deadlifts, pull downs, rows, so on. This really helps to get some of the weight off the small muscles in your hand and in your forearms and move it to the bigger muscles that you're actually trying to work. So you can do more sets, more weight for a longer period of time, which is exactly what you want. Now obviously pink is not for everybody, but I suppose this is obviously more aimed at women. It looks kind of stylish, I suppose, with the pink and the black contrast. It's kind of nice with the shiny buckle. Personally for me, I don't really care what kind of color my straps are, as long as they are functional. So I don't mind using them, but they also come in black, so that's great also with the rubber. So really nice product. No real downsides actually, the quality is pretty good. So you get good value for money, and you can definitely use them for longer periods of time. One thing to notice is that when the inside gets wet, it can get a little slippery, but then since this is around the bar and you're holding this part, it's not an issue really. And neoprene obviously will contain sweat at some point, so you have to wash it every once in a while to make sure it stays smell free and clean. And as long as you do that every once in a while, you can use these for quite a long period of time, which is exactly what you want, of course. This was Peter from Reviews on Anything, with a look at the power straps from Grip Power Pads. Thank you guys for sending us the review unit. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers!